so many of the companies, like you said, they look 50 years ahead, 20 years ahead, 10 years ahead. Now thinking of that, when you said that, I'm like, okay, so what's a CEO looking, if I'm a CEO of my company right now, and I'm like, okay, I want to give my company to my kids, and I need to bring on the next generation. When you think about it, you're not thinking about hiring that person next year even. If you're really truly thinking, you're thinking about those next people coming out of high school and college. And so they're all about corporate and culture and compassion. So that's where we're going to hit some of the CEOs too, to be like, you understand that if we help you build the stronger culture with compassion in, you're going to pick up this next employee, and your turnover is going to be way less. She's very, very smart when it comes to business. Very, very good. Right, when I get on the phone with somebody, I know what levels they're at.
Everybody's going to have a different motivation and a different drive, right? Yeah. And it's starting to be able to understand, what is your motivation? What is your why? What do you want, right? It's not having anybody who just wants money, right? Like, that's not the whole point, right? You want to be an employee, it's not the right fit, right? So it's understanding the why.
I want to show how you can be completely compassionate and you can still be extremely rich if you want to be. Because I get out of a Lamborghini does not make it I'm not compassionate. When I get out of that Lamborghini, and we've built one of the biggest compassion brands in the world that helps the world, no one can question anything on that fact.
To be able to do something like that, we're in a time where things can happen really quickly.
And that's what I said. We're just at the right time. All the cards line up.
Like, change can happen at an exponential rate right now that will just knock out what everybody, their whole model.
If I can get to the people that can close it fast, we get to the money faster. Yeah. Now, however, it's got to come from both avenues, because there's going to be like that. Like, one of the things was I said to Bonnie, can you open the doors up to help us with sponsorship packages, because you got all the big contacts in LA. Yeah. She was like, yeah, done. So I mean, I already know we got the meeting with the owners. We got the owners with whoever owns the got us there. The dynamic changed, and so they started to realize that I've got mainstream contacts now. Cool, so we just challenged our churros food truck to give away some food when the next people come up, and they said yes. See, the thing is, we're still doing business right now, all of us, the whole team, but we just stopped quickly as we're doing business and asked somebody to do something compassionate, and they do it. That took us like 5 minutes to challenge someone. We can all do stuff.
Oh, the tostada's nice.
That's good.
That's your tostada?
Let's give it to her. Let's give it to her. Yeah, let's give it to her. We're giving this to you for free today.
Why?
Because we have a large compassion movement. We have a big show. We go all over the world, different places. We spread compassion and love. We have a company that does that, and we go over. And today we're walking by. We're like, hey, let's challenge these guys to give away something for free. And he was like, done in a second. Like that. And sometimes all people don't do that when we ask them. So I love that. It's so awesome. So this is for you. This is on them today.
No, that's on these guys.
And you. He's so modest.
They treat you. They're gonna treat you.
It's so awesome. Thank you, buddy, so much.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. When you give somebody something like that, and they're not expecting it, like the girl's face was just like, oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. Like, something so little like that just makes somebody's day.
Did you just put something down my chest, Shay?
Hey, that's how you get people to hurry up. So right now, actually, we're just on our way to our next business meetings. We're trying to get to the Fairmont Pack Rim for meetings, but the girls were like walking by and they're like, hey, there's flowers. We can stop and give someone free flowers as a compassion act on the way to the meetings. Simple act, easily done.
You doing this act of compassion.
Who, T-Lock?
Me?
Yeah.
Hi there.
We didn't do it.
It's okay. We got some flowers for you. It looks like you might be sad. It looks like you might be having a tough day. So wanted to get you some flowers to just brighten up your day a little bit. What's your name?
Denise.
Denise? I'm Trevor.
Hi, Denise. I'm Shane. Pleased to Shane, yeah. Pleased to meet you.
I've seen so many help wanted signs out there, but I don't have a resume. And well, I'm 59 years old.
What would you love to do?
Oh, I'm a cook.
You're a cook.
I volunteered about 10 years, and I'm waiting for them to ask me.
Okay, yeah.
And I finally said, I asked the director, how do you get on payroll? He said, did you apply? He said no, and so I applied, and they hired me.
Yeah.
So his sign over there, it's $10 for new wheel for his wheelchair. We'll see about his wheel. Hi.
Hi.
What's your name?
Paul.
Paul. So it's $10 for new wheel
Per break.
per break.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the ministry's not covering any of it.
The ministry doesn't cover any of your breaks.
They put me on a waiting list for a new power wheelchair.
Okay.
I've been waiting 6 months.
How long have you been in a chair for?
5 years.
How does that happen?
I
How do you feel in the
have,
chair?
I was hit by a car
Yeah.
20 years ago, and I got deteriorating discs in my lower spine, and it causes pain down both of my legs. I have nerve damage on both sides.
Wow.
I can only stand for about 4 minutes, then I have to sit right back down again because of the pain. Last year I had a $10,000 wheelchair stolen from me,
Wow.
my laptop, my identity, my ID is all stolen.
From your place?
In shelters. Here I'm usually working, but when somebody had stolen my laptop, that was my livelihood.
Really? What do you do? What were you when you had the laptop? What were you doing?
Computers.
Fixing computers.
And I'm not qualified to like gone to college or anything, but I'm self-taught.
Yeah.
I reformat computers, rebuild them, and without a laptop, I can't work on somebody else's computer. And sometimes I have to download drivers for their computer, and without a laptop, I don't make any money.
So here's what we're going to do. We need to get your information, how we can get a hold of you, and we'll try and get you a laptop so you can work too.
Yeah.
So if you
My
need
only
something,
right now is an email address.
okay, so somebody take his email address down. And everybody watching right now on the show, you understand that, you know, we could use a laptop or two, and it says can be refurbished, and also if anybody can connect us with wheelchair stuff. So that's what we're looking for, and we'll start looking out to make it happen.
Well, I think that's the misconception too that people have, like being homeless. It's you got to watch your back all the time. Like when I was in Long Beach, you know, I never really understood why they're like sleeping on the middle of the staircase under the bright lights, right? Until I'm like, oh, you know, then like they're in the mid-open, so nobody can like beat them up, kind of thing, right? They've got to watch their back at all times. Like the guy said, you know, he got his wheelchair stolen from right under him. So it's really sad that, you know, if they're hard on their luck, you know, they gotta watch their back on the streets too, right? We're afraid of them, but in reality, they're more fearful from the stuff that could happen to them than we are of them.
They have to watch their backs more on the street than anybody has to watch their backs, because you don't know what's coming. You don't have a door to lock at night.
Right.
That's the difference.
Well,
Everyone
and we have a
has a
perception
door to
that
lock.
we need to be scared of them,
Yeah.
right? Nobody wants to talk to a homeless person because they might do something wrong.
You know, we've been busy today. We're showing up right now at the Pack Rim Fairmont for business strategic meetings, and we were out doing other business, and you know, you can stop quickly and do acts of compassion anytime. So it was like we did a food truck quickly, give away some food. That took us maybe, you know, a little longer on that one, 10 minutes, but then the ones on the street, like working, you know, stopping and talking with a homeless person, the guy in the wheelchair, it's just simple as how do we help him get a new wheelchair now, and hear his story a little bit. You know, and even if you had to give up 15 minutes of your break or 15 minutes in your lunch hour, 15 minutes of your sup hour to connect with somebody like that, that's what we got to do. But often we won't do that because it's about me, selfish. You know, I'm not going to give up that 30 minutes of my lunch hour to help somebody else. You know, that just shows today we were able to just do fast acts of compassion, and it shows that you can do big stuff. You can go volunteer at places, you can go to other countries, but it actually starts in your own backyard, period. You know, and if you don't start it in your own backyard, we can't spread it to create a better world.
Articles. EveryDay in Vancouver is in
EveryDay in
April?
Vancouver's, no, that's New York.
That's New York.
Yeah, they're not.
yeah,
they don't
New
even
York's
have it
April.
on. They don't even have it on their website for Vancouver yet for 17. So that means they're doing Vancouver later 17.
Okay.
So I think that might make a move of how fast my contact to move. If they're not moving fast enough, then We've got to do New York anyways. It's just when we do, because New York's going to be probably one of our biggest markets.
What can you potentially add, to the business as far as what do you feel you can do with the publications that can really start to increase the masses?
Yeah, well, I'll be able to offer a huge cushion. So anytime you go online and you Google anything that has to do with the branding, that we pop up.
Yeah.
So in terms of just marketing, in terms of building hype, getting names out there, getting awareness out there, building social media campaigns, anything like that, I'll be able to help. So it's not just a matter of you have to really work to find us.
Right.
It's just easy.
We start now.
Yeah, I mean, she's got some crazy good ideas in the social world. She talks digital like me, right? So she's some of the stuff like we're talking about, that's what she can bring to the table.
What does it look like when we've actually reached success? Because creating the show is just a success in itself, right? So when we talk about a strategy, that we want to have a strategy around, when we release the shows and what kind of shows we're doing, for what? Right? It's to increase the following, it's to increase awareness, right? But what are some hard goals that we want to be able to have by it? What's the end goal of being able to do the show in addition to just building the brand, right?
Yeah.
So, hey, we're just wrapping up our meeting here, and we were working on the publication schedule, which is some very exciting stuff. Awesome, thank you, Nicole, and everybody coming in. So we kind of have a new thing that I wanted to do as people come into the company and as we're creating our company culture, and I wanted to challenge every new person that comes in, and even the people that have been with us for a while that haven't done it yet. What are 10 acts of compassion that you can go out and do and come back and tell us what they are, and how did it affect you and how did it change you? So first I'll call Nicole, you can go out and do 10 acts of compassion.
Challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted, 10 acts of compassion. You too?
Yeah, I'm in.
On board.
Welcome to AOC.
Welcome to AOC. You too, 10 acts of compassion.
Hey, I'm in.
You're in. T-Block, you still have, that's company culture now. 10 acts of compassion. So next time we see each other, we have had done 10 acts of compassion. Write them down, share what they were, and tell what was, your version of compassion. Think about how compassion starts and it goes across the world and how it actually spreads. Because yesterday we ran into a group from Syria that was petitioning for what was happening. Today, that incident happened with ISIS killing a bunch of people. And now if you look at, I'm on our show talking about it. However, if we would not have maybe run into people that were petitioning yesterday, we might not have been able to spread the message. But now today we can actually spread the message. So you can do any little thing, whether it's signing a petition or whether it's donating some money or whether it's going to help with the refugees from Syria in your country right now. So we can all do something.